Rolex, Omega, IWC, insert big brand here, whoever they are, have a problem. It's not that they're making bad watches or running out of heritage, but they are losing touch with consumers. Consumer psychology is changing right now in real time. The way we buy products, what convinces us to buy something, it's something smaller brands are tapping into, and I really think Rolex and Omega are at risk of becoming irrelevant unless they adapt. There was a time where I would have said, Rolex won't ever fall off. They are the masters of marketing. It just won't happen. Until I started evaluating the downfall of Nike. Growing up in the 90s and 2000s, Nike felt untouchable. They had the coolest shoes, the best collaborations, the most resonant ad campaigns, cultural dominance. But in the last 5 years, they've fallen off a cliff. The ad campaigns haven't evolved, an over-reliance on hype and resale market for cultural relevance, and price premiumization. Their pricing strategy is alienating its traditional lower-income demographic, promoting many to look for cheaper or mid-tier lifestyle alternatives. Sound familiar? Consumer psychology and purchasing habits are changing. It's happening, we're in the midst of it. The ways people hear about products, what prompts them to buy, is different. It used to be magazines, billboards, celebrity brand ambassadors, and now it's Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and friends. People don't care that you've paid for James Bond to wear your watch or you're the official timekeeper of the Olympics. Brands are able to create cultural moments outside of these official partnerships. Watch brands really seem to think people care about the celebrities and events on payroll. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself here. I don't care about what watch David Beckham wears because he's paid to. I think David Beckham is cool. What would he wear just because he would wear it? That's what moves the needle for me. What does he wear when he's not being paid to wear something? Roger Federer has influenced my watch tastes less than Adrian Barker. Random girls on Instagram have changed my mind on the Cartier Panther. I used to think it looked like a granny watch until I saw some pretty girls, not celebrities, just Instagram outfit girls wearing them. I saw it in a whole new context, and it changed my mind. The watch industry is an interesting one. We can't apply all these same Nike principles. Watches are legacy, luxury, and Veblen. There's a charm in them being slow moving, and this is one of the primary things they're selling. Hey, we aren't an Apple Watch or something digital like that. We are craft, heritage, artisan, and engineering. That's what they're trying to sell. How true that is another story. A lot of these movements are very machine-intensive, modern production lines, mass-produced. They want to present as a little cottage in the woods. But yeah, that's the feeling they're trying to evoke. The problem is they're still taking out centerfold ads in physical print magazines as their primary method of advertising. The threat from me, from where I'm sitting and the way I'm looking at it, isn't another watch brand. It's irrelevance. Rolex isn't competing against Omega. They are competing against every luxury purchase, and consumers have more options than ever. So that's my thesis I present to you. I'm going to try my best to not be negative, and here are the 6 things I think brands need to do to stay relevant. The first 2 are pretty intertwined. So they need to increase supply, that's number 1, and number 2, be anti-flipper culture. Hype has been chipping away at this hobby in the disguise of it brings new people in. I know I was of this opinion after the Moon Swatch and even during the AP Swatch Royal Pop. There's a difference between getting people talking for all the wrong reasons and genuine excitement, enthusiasm being born. During the height of the AP Swatch collab, I had real news publications wanting to talk to me, and I thought, this is awesome, watches are mainstream, isn't this great? But actually, they didn't want to talk about watches. They wanted to talk about people standing in lines, scarcity, not enough watches being sent to stores, fights, all the bad stuff that was happening around this. This isn't making new enthusiasts. They're just talking about how silly this is. Sure, a bunch of non-watch people now know a name. But is this creating people who are now interested in watches? So 1, increase supply. Scarcity isn't what we do anymore. When you do an exciting release, there needs to be a suitable supply. If someone wants something, they should be able to buy it at the price you're advertising it for. You won't be able to get the right people excited, the enthusiasts, young people, unless there's more availability. Going back to AP Swatch, I really wanted one, but once I realized the supply being given to stores was completely out of scale, it kills the excitement. Scarcity used to create desire, it now creates resentment. Anyone who hates Rolex can tell you this. And 2, they need to be actively anti-flipper. It's not 2022 anymore. There isn't a real scarcity for anything. Going back to AP Swatch, I promise not everything goes back to AP Swatch in this. It's just the most relevant thing on my mind. It quickly became clear to me that they wanted resellers to get excited about this. And in the cultural zeitgeist, resellers aren't very well thought of. Even when I started seeing people with this collab straight away, I either thought, whoa, you waited in line for this? That's crazy. Or, whoa, you paid over retail for this? That's crazy. Like, as these words are leaving my mouth, I know it sounds gross, and I know this is a subconscious snobbery thing within me, but that, if I'm being very honest, that's where my mind went to, and it made this cool collab very quickly not cool. It's not cool. Brands shouldn't be supporting this. They should be actively working against it. You should be able to buy the product that you love at its retail price from the brand. Number 3, newness and freshness needs to be a part of the DNA. Luxury products come with luxury markups. Consumers are overspending because luxury is meant to over-deliver on quality and be industry leaders. Chanel doesn't copy what others are doing. They set the trends. And this is a part of the perceived value people are buying into. And this doesn't mean that heritage needs to be lost. Heritage should be the foundation, not the excuse. Brands should be experimenting, updating movements, pushing materials. People are paying a premium price for premium work. To be new and fresh, it does mean you have to allow more space for failures and flops. So there has to be room for mistakes, but isn't that so charming? That's why people loved the mid-century so much. It's before brands were too big to fail. Number 4, they need to stop ignoring the women's market and create competitive offerings. With the exception of maybe Cartier, women's watches feel like an afterthought. Women have more money and purchasing power than ever before. 30% of UK households, women are now the breadwinners, and it's a rising number. A lot of my girlfriends are now entering serious high-paying positions. They're getting those big promotions, they're starting big businesses, and they want a cool watch to mark this time in their lives. It's a growing chunk of the pie, and I don't have many good recommendations for them. I've made an entire video on this. I think the brands that prioritize women's products right now will be the industry leaders in 10, 20 years' time. Number 5, more social media marketing. I need to expose my bias on this one because this is the industry I work in. So obviously, I think it's a winning strategy. When I say this, I don't mean hiring out a bunch of Instagram ads or paying a YouTuber for a video that feels like an advertisement. I mean partnering with creators who actually align with your brand. Going back to the Cartier Panthère, I wasn't convinced over to it because of brand ambassadors. It was girls on Instagram wearing their personal watches. It should feel organic, not overproduced, and with no expectation to post. Because you're not paying them. This is not like a brand partnership thing. It's a, hey, here's this product. If you like it, post it. If you don't, no drama. Modern advertising isn't built through ads anymore. It's personal recommendations. 6, they need to prioritize in-person events and world building. Sports and live events is one of the fastest growing sectors right now. People want experiences and not things. And I also think there's something to learn from what's happening with the World Cup right now and the prices of these events in the US. It can't be completely inaccessible to the people who love the thing you're doing. It can't be for like press and like pretty influencer girls only. It needs to be for your people. This should be brands introducing potential customers and enthusiasts to their world and the story behind their brand. If Grand Seiko did a ticketed event, very limited, anyone could get the tickets though. They did an in-person event with a master watchmaker who taught you Zaratsu polishing. Make the event space look like a spring morning in Kyoto. Have trees and cherry blossoms everywhere. There's going to be sake and Japanese snacks. That actually sounds like a sick event. That was just off the top of the dome. So. As I'm starting to get invited to press events, I'm realizing this stuff is happening, but it should be a public affair for enthusiasts, not for watch press. I think they're doing the right things for the wrong people. Send me the press pack, let me be hands-on with the watch, and I can communicate everything people need to know about the product. As for the experience, give this to your customers, give this to the enthusiasts. Let's bookend this thing with Nike. Nike hasn't disappeared, it's still enormous, and Rolex isn't going to disappear either. I just don't know how culturally relevant they'll be if they don't adapt. Once again, I thought they would never fall off, but Nike has been a real case study in how smaller brands come up, they read the zeitgeist, and they adapt better. A lot of my audience and people who watch my videos are about my age, millennials and Gen X, and we have a very specific idea of Rolex. We have this specific romance and idea around them and this love for them, but I don't know if the coming wave of enthusiasts feel as attached to it as we do. My nieces and nephews, frankly, think Rolexes are ugly, and they like IWC Portofinos. The consumer has changed, the internet has changed, the way we trust has changed. I feel like this is all to say brands should start caring about their customers, which sounds psychotic. Brands should start caring about their consumers more than shareholders and bottom lines. People can sniff out the difference. Hello, Pup to patrons! Was that too earnest at the end? Oh my gosh, get a grip, Brittany. But no, I really believe everything I said in this video. I have been sitting on this one for a minute. I've been ruminating. I've been working on it, kind of teasing it out. And I don't know. I don't know if anyone will care about this video. It's like how Rolex should be marketing. Who cares? People just want to know about watches. But hey ho, I like talking about it. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you. Ugh, I had too much spit in my mouth. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. This channel runs on people like you. It's the reason this channel is financially viable. Thank you so much. I hope you keep enjoying the work we do over here, and we'll see you in the next one.